Hi, my name is Patty and I live in a non-aesthetic house. You're scrolling on social media and you look at those beautiful homes and the interior design. It's just like magical. Everything is matchy, beige, white, grey, light grey bedsheet. There's a little corner in the bedroom when there's only like a nice beautiful lamp, this one amazingly pleasingly looking book, and then you walk into the kitchen. All the cupboards are beautifully crafted. Maybe they are beautifully white or beige or maybe in brownish color. Everything is just matching. Everything's just so beautiful. You have this beautiful set of knives. Your living room is just this beautiful couch and just like a nonchalantly thrown a blanket. And then you look behind and you look at your own home and you are thinking to yourself like, where did I go wrong? Today I'm going to talk that it is completely fine and completely okay to have this non-aesthetic home. And by non-aesthetic mean, because to be honest, everything is aesthetic, right? Let's talk about this Pinterest board or Instagram or TikTok even type of aesthetic of the houses, homes, or our lives actually as well. And that's what social media are portraying, and we are basically consume, and then we're trying to digest, and then we're thinking like, oh my god, my life sucks because I don't have anything like that and my life does not look like that. As an example, me and my husband, definitely we don't live in a super aesthetic house. We're renting in the London area, and if you're from here, you know that renting market is really challenging. Right now it's really difficult to rent. It's difficult to find a property that is looking okayish. Your standards are literally going very low. You just lower your standards more and more and more because the prices are like out of the roof. What you're going to prioritize, this is, you know, what you're gonna have. Sometimes you prioritize area, neighborhood where you're gonna live. Maybe it's school for your children that you prioritize. Maybe it's just simply price, right? So you have to just match it to your own earnings. So everything is just this big, you know, pile of what should we prioritize and what is on the market and what can we rent. In our case, we prioritize the area, the neighborhood, which is relatively safe for London. There's lots of families around and there are lots of good schools because we've got 2 children, and this was really important for us. So we live in that old Victorian house, which, if you talk about the design, probably is taken out of the 80s. On social media you tend to see most of the time currently this one type of aesthetic, which is very, I've heard someone said it's very millennial, very like minimalistic and white, beige, light gray. I've seen also many Japanese creators, content creators, that maybe they live in a little space, but they also put everything in this nice, small, very aesthetically minimalistic white look. Many people, they have these things in mind that this is how Japan looks like. I lived in Japan and believe me, I visited many regular people houses, homes where they live with their families, and this majority, for the majority of the society, this is not the case. So majority of the people, they do not live super minimalistic. The houses, especially if you live in the big city like Tokyo, they are quite small. If you have a family and children, it starts to, you know, you just utilize the space that you have, and sometimes you just pile up things and pile up the storage, so it does not look very minimalistic. Yes, some people live like that, but majority, believe me, they don't. And same goes here. Don't get stressed that your house or your life in general around doesn't look like pitch perfect, like from Instagram or from Pinterest, right? For me, it's also important to stress that non-aesthetic house living, that doesn't mean that is messy and dirty. No, that's not the case. But as I said before, maybe furnitures are not like top notch. Maybe, you know, the design, because you're renting, it's just like there's nothing you could do with the whole design of your, I don't know, kitchen or bathroom. You can also, like, obviously, you know, get some of your pieces of your furniture, place it here and there, make it your cozy as much as it's possible. But still, it depends what is your situation, living situation. Do you have like finances for this? Some people invest in their surroundings, in their living area, and this is fine, right? Some people prioritize maybe traveling, so they really don't care where they live, how they live, what is around. They spend money on the adventure. Some people prioritize their children and their education. They would just put money there on the school, on extracurriculums, and then literally don't care that their cups are just mismatched and they don't have, you know, perfectly you know, matching, I don't know, plates and carpets and pillows, okay, on the bed sheet, right? And majority of us, it's kind of like wants to do things in the middle, right? So maybe my kitchen is not amazing, but I will get like a nice set of plates. Maybe in my bedroom, to feel like cozier, I just get like a nice bed shade or some nice lamp, etc. So we could just put some elements to it, but don't stress if, for example, your design is outdated. It's important to say that this costs money. Yeah, it requires money, and sometimes we might not have at this moment, this time, to have it, and it's completely fine. There are also, I've seen some influencers that show like complete opposite, and they're like going like very extreme. There are these super pile up stuff, super like a hamster type of person, and it's extra messy. That is also fine, but I think that majority of us are somewhere in the middle. An average person is not like super aesthetically minimalistic, whitish, beige, grayish, like from the Pinterest board. It's not also like super messy, super, you know, like things all over the place. Toys are on the in every room, and you know, like clothes are like on every surface, etc. I think we are somewhere in the middle, and there's life, so we still want to have like a nice place to live, like untidy, and maybe it's not super tidy every day because there's life. We have, you know, as I said, we have school, work, children, etc. But I think that majority of people are somewhere in the middle, and this is fine, this is okay. And there are sometimes some circumstances that you just can't have this amazingly beautiful, exactly like perfectly from a picture, from social media, home, house where you live, and this is completely okay, and there's nothing to be, you know, like ashamed of. And I know it might be sometimes you might feel like that because this is when you're scrolling and you see it, but it's completely normal. You shouldn't be ashamed of that. Just let's not stress that our life might be not so-called social media aesthetically pleasing. Embrace your space for whatever it is. Either it's like a beautifully minimalistic, or it's a little bit mismatched, maybe a little bit untidy, or maybe super practical. You should just be grateful that we have a home, and it's your home, okay? It's your home, and it's the best place to be.